Hello everybody, this is Frozy playing the Championship Manager 93. This is Season 2, Episode 1 for the Barnet. In the last season, in the first season, Barnet got promoted to the Division 2 and now we will have a challenge when I need to make my team strong enough to compete in the second league. I plan to use another tactics, but to be honest, I cannot change it too much, and I don't plan to change it too much because I'm limited in players and accounts, and the centered tactics works the best here. So I think that I will not use sweeper anymore, but probably I will use anchor midfielder here. I'm not sure, by the way, whether I should use midfielder here or defender. It's probably, yeah, I have to use a good defensive midfielder. And besides that, I plan to use the number 7 support man as a forward. I was using the midfielder in the last season. Now I will use the forward here. Maybe I will play with the arrows a little bit. So that's the main changes I plan to make in this season. Once I will get more money and I will be able to buy some good players, I mean wingers or right and left midfielders, then I will use totally different tactics, but not at this moment. So now let's renew the contracts. This guy doesn't happy working with me, no problem. Just list him. Transfer list, 40k. By the way, I want to change the stuff. So I managed to get a good yacht scout last season, and I haven't noticed any significant changes in my budget. So I want to improve the other positions as well. I will look for the unemployed only, and I'm looking for good or very good only. Okay, so we have only a couple of players available for our team coach position. One of them refuses the offer. Second one refuses it as well. Okay, I will search for someone with a lower rating. Fair, superb. Very, very good. Okay. So we were able to appoint Exeter Scout as our new team coach. He's responsible and very good ability. Has very good ability. It's strange that I don't have any uh, obstacles with it actions because usually that costs money. Okay, so let's replace the physio as well. I'm going to look for my own search. And yeah, I'm looking for the best. What about this unemployed guy? He refuses the offer. Okay. Okay, let's look for someone good. Usually they reject it, but I believe I will be able to find someone. Oh, the guy from the Doncaster refuses the offer as well. Okay. Last chance? No. Okay, let's look. I don't believe that my board will be able to offer me some good players. So I'm going to search for the guy by myself. Arian Gray, Sinclair, so probably I will not be able to appoint someone good enough, which means I will look at the second screen. That's what it means. Okay, so Connors, I remember, refused the offer. Yeah, Mitchell refused the offer. Baker refuses the offer. And other candidates do the same. Okay, I will just look for the candidate with a lower rating, the fair rating, if I'm not able to find someone with a good one. I think I should look for an unemployed first. I think responsible guy is a good one. So we replace it fair with fair. And let's try to appoint one good scout as well. Let's replace Robson. Damn, that was a mistake. Very good. Very good. So the board was able to find me a very good league scout by themselves. So maybe I've made a mistake. Let's replace the physio. Sorry, I know I've fired you just now, but let's believe the board. I've made a mistake by no, no luck. I've made a mistake in sacking the guy and then putting, not the sacking, but pushing the wrong button. But the board pleased me by signing a very good scout. I will exploit his abilities soon. So now let's. What about the money? We haven't lost any cash, so I'm glad to be able to replace stuff without any expenses. So let's increase the wage for everyone who's not happy. Renew contract? Oh, not renew. He wants higher wage. Yeah, you're right. Is this all? Okay. So he wanted a higher wage. And when I asked him about his preferable amount, he told me he wants the same wage. So he just wanted to, he wants higher wage. So he gets, I should propose it by myself. That's what I mean. Okay, let's try 450. He's happy to stay at the club. Okay. And now I can renew his contract, which expires in a week, in 7 weeks. It's 4-year contract. Okay, here's our star, 500 per week. Let's decrease it a little bit, and he signs the contract. Okay, so now I see the amount of the wage, and the status is 200 of 1000 of K, which is great. I hope I will be able to okay, good, sell some of my players. Will increaser is not happy. I'm not too happy with him as well. Let's not adjust his wage at the moment. Digweed, I don't think I should extend his contract due to his age and his poor performance last season. So I'm going to allow approaches for him and list him. 3K is enough for me. Greaser, that applies to Greaser as well. To Greaser. Why am I call him Greaser? I think that's because he's green. Uh, okay, green is also our star that should receive a higher wage. So have increased that by 100 and he's happy. And what about his contract? Oh, 4 more years left. High routine. I'm not too happy with him, but I don't, I can't sell him now because I don't have ready. My team is not ready. I don't have the full list of midfielders that suit my needs. So I have to keep him. That's why I need to increase his wage at the moment. So Carl Hodl also receives an increased salary. What about the McDonough? Uh, I don't think I will. I don't think it's reasonable, but let's keep him as is at the moment. Naylor. Naylor is 32 years old, so and his contract expires right now, so I I will increase his contract. What about the 1 year? Okay, 500. What about 450k? Okay, so I think he will be our substitute this season. Newson, our main defender, is 34 years old, so I need more defenders than I thought. Oh, he's happy to stay at the club. Okay, Oxborough is 25. This is our uh, defender number 1. So we should treat him with respect and keep him happy. And of course, renew his contract. He wants 3-year contract again. He wants 500. Let's decrease it a bit. Now it's fine. Pay power goalkeeper number 1. He's 33, but I don't have a better players at the moment. In my goalkeeping line, he's happy to stay at the club, and now we have to renew the contract because that expires very soon, in a week, to be clear. What about the second goalkeeper? Okay, so I have transfer listed the second goalkeeper. Let's transfer list this one as well. Hmm. Gary Phillips, Gary Phillips. Yeah, let's list him. Okay, what about a Robert? Robert needs an increase for sure. His value is the biggest one along with Close, so we should keep him for any price because he's one of the main players in my team. Schauler was disappointing in the last season because despite his high skills, his performance was really bad. But I will keep him in the team at the moment because I am not ready to get rid of him. So let's renew his contract that expires soon. What about the 2 years? I want 2 years, no deal. Let's renew contract, refuses to negotiate. He may resume talks next week. Yeah, that's right. And Thomas is our another great defender. So let's increase his wage. And so what do we have here? We have uh, else here? We have Thomas and Heather, Glenn Newson. No, not the Newson by the Oxbrow. Here we have Newson as a defensive midfielder, but I will think that later. You know what? Let's wait until I will be able to make some changes in the team, and then yeah, and then I will set the team on the field. I think I will arrange some friendlies for sure, but first of all, I want to look at the transfer list. No recommendations from my scout so far, which is a surprise. Okay, so the first guy is too expensive for us. I mean, the first guy recommended by our scouts. So Bobby Smith is the scout with the best skill, so I should trust him more than others. However, as I remember, even the best scouts in the low divisions cannot bring you the great players. So they find your players which are related to the level of the division. So, in example, our scout recommends us players which are good for the current division, but there are also maybe some players in the list that are much better than these recommended ones. Once we will get to the Premier League, that issue will be away. But for now, yeah, what we can see, this guy can be useful for us, but our shortlist is full, so let's remove some of the players. I think I will delete the most expensive one, which is Reed. I think I will. Okay, so this guy was listed. Central midfielder was listed. It's a risk, of course, to buy youngsters, but Store rejects the move again. What a. Maybe he's low on it. Okay, what about the. What about the goalkeeper? I have this goalkeeper as a part of the Northern Ireland squad. So let's try to. I can't buy him because Oxford have a few players. Okay, can I buy this youngster who is able to play on two positions? Yeah, great. He's not yet valid. Can I offer this sum? Yes, it's accepted. 3-year contract, okay. That's fine. Let's decrease it a little bit. So we have signed a promising youngster who will be able to play as our defensive midfielder because he's right in the middle of these two positions and he's young enough. So let's remove him from the shortlist. It's a bug, as you can see, that you have your new players kept here. And we also need. Oh, this guy is too expensive. Uh, let's get back to the transfer list again. So we don't need any attackers at the moment. Low is recommended by Bobby Smith. Low is midfielder and attacker, but he's too expensive and he's 30 years old and his rating is not impressive. This guy is too expensive. Have a goalkeeper from the Notts County, but he's too expensive for us. And we have Blackpool goalkeeper, youngster recommended by our scout. So it's a risk, of course. It's a big risk to buy a youngster goalkeeper because I don't have a proven history of his performances so far. In his first season, his uh, rating is really low, and in case if he will fail, I will get a plenty of goals. But I decided to play this game for fun. I decided to trust my scouts, and this is my best scout with a very good rating. So I believe I should try. Besides that, uh, I'm not sure he will join us. So let's try this offer again. Damn. He decides to join by. Oh, nice to see it. 5 year, yes. For youngsters, it's a good. Okay, good offer. So we have signed a new goalkeeper, named Melvin Capleton, who is only 19 years old, and it's a big risk, as I mentioned a couple of times. But let's hope for the best. Okay, so let's make a pause. 1 second, please. So I am back. Let's look who do we have here. We have defender from the Arsenal. He's 34 and his wage is too big for us. We have Daniels, midfielder, another goalkeeper, another defender. His rating is really low. So we have some recommendations, but they are not impressive. Well, it's a transfer list, of course. If I'm looking for cheap players, then I should not expect some stars here. Okay, so we were able. Uh, let's Wilcox search for central players in all positions. Not foreign, but anywhere. Select requirements, not requirements, which are really, really cheap. Settled listed, yeah. No players found. Maybe that's because I haven't selected any skills. So let's try it one more time. Young scout, young player scout should look for central midfielders. I think I need midfielders. He can watch anywhere. He should look for the high creativity and passing. They should be cheap enough. They can have any status and they can be in any team. No players found. Okay. I don't want to use it at the moment. What about the last reports from low? Oh, he recommends me this player, says he's good enough, but I already bought a goalkeeper. Okay. Hmm. Let's go. Let's look at our sorry, at our money at the moment. Oh, Sorrel. Why am I haven't increased the wage for the Sorrel? Have no idea. Sorrel is important for us. Okay, let's look at the young players manually in the Liga in the Division 3 teams. So maybe I will be able to identify someone with good skills who will be cheap. No luck so far. So here are the first couple of guys, but I remember I've looked at them already. So this midfielder has awesome stats. Flair, creativity, and tackling. So let's risk. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. He's already in the shot list, so I will hope to be able to buy him later. Preston, Huddersfield, not too much youngsters here, as you can see. Wycombe, Cambridge, Plymouth has defender with good tackling. So selfish guy. Maybe I will buy him if his performance will be good enough. However, maybe the youngster's performance is usually low because it's absolutely logical. So only a couple of players available in the Division 3. So let's look at the Division 2, searching for someone young. Okay, so I guess if a youngster is in the main 11 in the team, then probably his potential is somewhat higher than the potential of other players on these positions. Maybe that's an indicator of his high rating. Okay, so what do we have here? We need Graham Donaldson will have his contract expiring soon, so I will try to shortlist him because we need a substitute attacker as well. Our fourth attacker, fifth attacker is unhappy, so I would like to have a substitute. Besides that, I may want to. Oh, he's unhappy, but he's too expensive. I may want to sell someone and get some money and use them to buy other players. What do we have here? We have some youngsters, but they are not too, their skills are not too impressive. Three youngsters, and all of them are not centered ones, so they're not too helpful for me. Gross. Okay, Barry Gross, McGee. So this team promoted with me as well, but I got only one youngster while they got five. I wonder what's the reason for that. Maybe it's just a luck. So Doncaster has several cheap players. I would like to get some defender, but I'm not sure I want to buy someone from them. I don't know why, don't ask me. Okay, so that's another guy with an incredible stats, not stats, but skills, tackling and creativity has the highest rating. Stamina is 19, pace and flair are 15, so let's try to buy him if, yeah, he's keen on the move. So what about 10k? Offer is accepted. Wait, he was valued for the 50k. I remember that. So, okay. So we have signed a youngster for the Barnet for the very small amount of money. Wow, just wow. I wonder why does this youngster cost so much? So his value is 200,000 of pounds, and I see flair and passing and stamina are his only higher skills. So that's one of the questions. Another non-standard combination of stats. Can you wonder the pace of flair and stamina at the lowest level and passing, tackling, and creativity at the highest level for the same player? This is really interesting. So, Charlton. Okay, we'll finish searching for the youngsters after I will finish with the Division 2 teams. So I'm not going to search for them anymore. I would like to get some forward, but I have McDonough. Uh, I have four forward, so I think that may be enough for me, and I always can use a midfielder as a support players in case of a need. So let's go on. Okay, Dave Barnett is wanted by the Macombi, who is a free agent. Yes, we are happy to sell the players that are transfer listed. So I expect 30k, um, maybe 20. Okay, no luck. Board expect more from him. So what will be the price set by the tribunal? 20k is fine. He signs for Swindon. Season starts in a couple of weeks. So what is the fitness here? The fitness here is good enough for us to arrange some friendlies. I do not remember. I don't remember the financial benefits from the friendlies. Oh, by the way, we received the season tickets income and other games, so we still have plenty of money left. Let's buy a couple of youngsters more. So I don't remember the actual effect, but I still want to play some friendlies and I want to play with some foreign clubs. Play at home versus the couple of hmm, foreign clubs. Steaua Bucharest. There's a plenty of clubs that are not familiar for me, despite I like football and know plenty of foreign clubs. So probably that's because they do not exist anymore. Uh, by the way, it may be a good idea to play an away game and try to uh, not available. Try to decline the offer. Try to get plenty of money from their high attendance. Why haven't I thought about it? Yeah, of course, it's hard to get an acceptance from some high level clubs. So let's arrange a couple of clubs away. Okay. I guess these are the non-league clubs. Dover, the club I like. I would like to play for the Dover if they will promote here. Maccabi is an old name. Let's accept the offer and play away. Okay, so we have three home games, and we will have a couple of away games, and we will look at the short list. So who is recommended by our scouts? So yeah, scout will recommend goalkeeper only. Bobby Smith, the man whom I trust the most. Okay, I can't buy this guy because Chester has a small amount of players. Alex Bunbury, by the way, he's too expensive, but I remember him for sure. He was part of my team, but no, I can't. I can't do it now. And Steve Foley. Steve Foley is recommended. But it's risky. It's risky to buy him. So, well, it's a risk anyway. But I want to risk by trying to get some youngsters because in case of luck, I may get some exceptional player and sell him for plenty of money. So I'm going to risk uh, in that way. Okay, Jason Bowman. Awesome stats. Did I try to buy him? Yeah. So I will get him. He is a bit expensive. My offer is refused. What about 70k? Offer is accepted. And he seems to be quite an expensive guy for us, but that's good. Let's remove him from the list. Okay, so let's take a final look. We have a new goalkeeper, Capleton. We have good attacking line, which I'm not going to change at the moment. What about the defenders? We have Flowers here, and we have three defenders from the last season who played quite well. So I think that will be sufficient for us. And what about the midfield, our main line? So Porter is our star. He's our best player, and I'm going to use him. I'm going to use him. I was going to use this support man as an attacker, but will I be able to do that with my amount of attackers and midfielders? I have two new decent midfielders, and of course I want to check their skill. So I will play with four midfielders or even with five. Okay, Porter is here. Sorrell should play as well. And yeah, he will play the position number 3. Then we have position number 6. We have Hoddle, who played perfectly last season, so he will be our third person. Now the Nailer, he will be our substitute according to last season's stats. Schouler, um, I will sell him. Yeah, yes, his numbers, I mean his skills are awesome, but his performance last season was bad. So I'm going to sell this guy. High routine is happy, but I will sell him over time for sure. And then we have Flowers, who is a defender mainly, and we have Anders and Bowman, and I will use one of them as the main player. I think Bowen cost 90k while Anders cost 20, so Bowen will be our player and Anders will be our substitute. And okay, what about the number 2? Newson. Number 2 is Flowers, our new guy. Yeah. And regarding the attack, no changes here. Green is number 9, and Close is number 10. And Robert is number 11, and that's it. Chris are out for a couple of weeks, Pape is out as well, and we will play at home versus the Slovakian team, probably Slovakian one. Yeah, they are using continental styles, so as I remember, I will use the long ball after that. Uh, long ball versus that. Okay. We keep creating some chances. Close is followed in the box, and we're getting a penalty. And Rovet, why Rovet makes it 1-0? I remember Close is our main penalty taker, and we have another goal in the first half, scored by Hoddle. Porter has a chance, so we are winning with this. But I am more interested with the performance of my new youngsters, who is Flowers, Capleton, and Bowen. All of them are having 6. Attendance is quite low, by the way. Having 6, but uh, it's okay if my youngsters will have a lower ratings than my main squad. I believe it's natural situations. Robert is the man of the game. Natural situation. Bowen played 5. Okay. My main request or expectation for them is not to play with the minimal ratings. There's a cash available for the strengthening of our squad. Thanks you for reminding me. Yes, I can buy someone for 100k. So let's listen to our board if they want me to buy someone. Oh, by the way, can I buy someone um, from abroad? Maybe. I don't think so, but I can try at least. Someone. Uh, As I remember, there is an additional fee that you have to pay in case if you buy someone from abroad. So I'm looking for someone not too expensive. But I don't see anyone cheap enough. So the most of the players are over 30 years old, as I can see. So yeah, let's not let's not play with that. Let's look at our shot list. Turner, yeah, I would like to buy Turner, but Chester has not enough players. Fully. I've seen there are. No, I don't want to buy anyone at the moment. I've seen there are some players shortlisted by me that have their contracts expiring soon, so I want to um, to check there to see if I will be able to sign them later. Okay, what do we have here with body? We have same situation. Okay, Bowman didn't play well last time, but I want to play Anders. Okay, we're creating plenty of chances, but it's nil-nil after the first half. Bowen plays not very well. Bodev is having their chance in the second half of the game. I'm making the substitutes. Hodel plays bad for some reason. Ah, he's our captain again. What a Sorrel should be our captain. And Newson, let's replace Thomas. So will we have a goal this time? Yeah, Green scores. He finishes in style, making it 1-0. We're having 9 chances versus 2. And Bulgarian team tries to make it 1-1, and they are getting it. So the game ends with 1-1 result. Bowen played well, Flowers played well, Capleton played not very well. Season starts in 2 weeks. Okay, I guess that's enough for now. That's the end of the episode 1, and we'll continue next time. We'll finish the friendlies and start the season, and I'm anxious to see how this team will perform in the Division 2. Because, of course, my expectation is to get promoted this season. That's all. Thanks. Please comment if you like this video. I will be happy to hear you. Bye.